Hello friends, welcome back to VOWIAS. Welcome to the mains test series discussion, and this is test 8 where we are discussing the ethics paper, and this is part 3. In the first two parts we have discussed the section A of ethics. So today we will discuss the first set of questions from section B, that is from the case studies. So as you all know, the case studies that comprises half of your ethics paper, and they are very important for us to get good marks. So we will see various components, or we will see important things which we have to remember during the case studies, and we will subsequently discuss them. Right. And before we begin, a small information. The document that we are using for the discussion is the summary document of the solutions of Vision IAS. This summary document is prepared by VOW IAS. If you want to subscribe to them, do let us know in the comments, or you can just contact us using the email that is given in the description. We will get back to you. Right. So let us quickly start. So the seventh question is with regarding to the Right to Information Act. See, here we have given in this theme wise. Even if you have not read the questions, just remember, for if there is a theme with regarding to RTI, then these are the important things I am going to write. If there is a theme with regarding to, if you see the next question is with regarding to corruption, then I am going to write this. So like that, if you can remember theme wise, and that is how you have to prepare as well. For corruption theme, you are going to include these elements. Maybe it might be diagram, or it might be anything. It might be a quote or anything like that. You will have to remember. If you see the seventh question, RTI 2005 RTI Act. So in this question specifically, the stakeholders, if you see, as the public information officer of irrigation department of the district, I am responsible for replying RTI. So the question is given that you are a public information officer of irrigation department, and local politician who is filing the RTA, staff involved in recruitment process as they are legally responsible for conducting transparent recruitment. Next, candidates who applied for vacant positions as any wrongdoing will deprive them the right to employment, and general public as recruitment is related to the government department and public trust can be lost if the government irregularities are found. Now, what are the issues which are involved in this case? The first is negative propaganda by the local politician. Considering the nature of applications filed by the same local politician, there may be chances that the information being asked will be misused by this local politician. Now, personal gains, if you see, the politician may be trying to give a boost to his political ambitions, because generally this is what we will see. The politicians by hook or crook will try to come into power. And the next thing is disturb the government, because here multiple RTIs are filed by the same person, and it will divert time for public servants and increase the mistrust between people and the government. And the malified intention in the recruitment process, some irregularities, corruption, neglect of merit, favoritism, etc. have been committed in the recruitment process in irrigation department. These are the various issues. So here, as a PIO of irrigation department, I would take the following measures. So what are the measures? So first is, after detailed analysis of the recruitment process, if any irregularities are found, then the reformative steps need to be taken. So first is, faulty recruitment needs to be cancelled and job must be given to deserving candidates. Next, government officials, staff and middlemen must be penalized as per the existing legal provisions. This will serve as a deterrent in the future. Next, politician and local media can be requested to not create negative propaganda for personal gains. So here you can see, so if there is any faulty recruitment anywhere, what are the steps that can be taken? These are the ones. You can use this in multiple ways. Okay, first is the correction, and next is the government officials being penalized and punished, and next is requesting the local media and the politician. But however, if the intention of the politician is to disturb the government, then following long-term steps need to be taken. For transparency, the government must proactively disclose all data related to recruitment on its websites, and this will deter public officials from committing wrongdoings and restrict the RTI applications filed for personal gains. Classification and segregation of RTI application with use of ICT and big data. RTI applications of similar nature could be kept at same location and disposed of in a similar way. Persons identified to file false or motivated applications in the past must be given an affidavit along with the RTI application. increasing the fee of seeking information. Currently the fee is rupees just 10 for RTI Act, and government can consider increasing the fee to deter false RTI applications, especially for those who file large number of RTI applications in very short span. Check on persons involved in filing multiple RTIs regularly. You see, on one hand, we are showing if there is any irregularities, we are going to take these steps. On the other hand, if the politician is filing the cases just for his political gains, then in the long term, what are the steps to take so that the RTI also can be strengthened parallelly? So that also we are giving. Okay. Let's move on to the next question, and this is with regarding to corruption in government machinery. A business person needs to pay to government officials to keep his or her business running and getting the tenders of the project. So what are the options? What are the options with him? First is follow advice of the minister and comply with the demands. See, these kind of questions are coming. Last year, if you see the mains paper, all the case studies are simple. In 2022, all the case studies are simple, but the thing is that the paper is very lengthy. So in such conditions, what is the thing that will come to your rescue? Your practice. This will come to your rescue. If you have practiced simple questions multiple times, you can easily write what is asked in the exam. That is the thing. So first is here the option A, follow advice of the minister and comply with the demands of OST. So what are the merits for this? Company will get tender and may get preference in future too. Future benefits might cover limited profits in this project. Reputation of the firm would be preserved, since not complying might not only just lead to loss of tender but also blacklisting. But the demerits is a 2% premium would be fixed, or even an increase in cut for any other future tenders that the company might win. And as a person, I will become a party to the crime as per the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988, and it will lead to financial irregularities in the account books of the company and go against the corporate governance norms. So this is illegal. Option B is file a police complaint against the OSD for corruption. So filing a police complaint, what are the merits for this? Action would be initiated against the corrupt officers, which might be helpful in instilling this fear against such wrongdoings in future. The next is a corruption case, and it would bring this matter to public scrutiny. It may result in stringent measures from top leaders of the state. What are the demerits? Punitive actions by minister. It might result in long-lasting court case. This could lead to a stay on the tender project and attaching of deposits for time being. Next is involvement in the legal issue, and it might affect other business avenues. Next, C. Third option is tip media about the issue to build pressure on the minister. The merits is using one of the 4 pillars of the state to transform the system, and will not be directly linked with the complaint, so chances of any repercussions if the company gets ahead with the project are less. Pressures on the concerned minister will increase, and it may lead to rescinding the demand, and also it might lead to reformation campaign from top leadership of the state to ensure visibility of transparency in the governance under his rule. But it has certain demerits. The first is media might not take up the case with such rigor. Also, just another corruption news for the media, and it may lose steam in just few days. And also there is a risk of linking me, that is the person, to the complaint and blacklisting the firm purses. This is always there because these politicians also will have huge contacts, and also they will easily know who gave the tip and all. And option D, leave allotted tender. What are the merits for this? It will not make things complicated. The company can pursue business elsewhere. Company might lose security deposit, but it will not gain animosity from a minister. And then what are the demerits of this? There is a risk of blacklisting the firm and losing all future projects or lack of reputation and all. It also demoralizes the people working in the company, and there is prevalent status quo in future allotment as well. So the corruption will still exist in the system. So now what is the best course of action in such conditions? Meet OSD and minister again to explain how much the business margin will be hampering, and if it doesn't work, writing a letter personally to the chief minister of the state to bring justice. Also, opposition leaders or some social activists can be involved to build pressure on the concerned minister through protest. Writing to Ministry of Corporate Affairs and to PMO requesting them to take cognizance of the matter. In meanwhile, tipping the media or police complaint can be taken simultaneously so that all-round pressure can be applied. Also, the management of the company should take into confidence so that even if company lose the contract, there should be no impact on the future work of the company and the morale of the employees. So here we are covering everything from 360-degree manner. We are saying what are the steps that we are going to take. Okay, we are saying how we can build the pressure, and also we are taking the steps to ensure that the company employees also don't get dejected if at last we don't get the contract. So in wholesome, in this 360 manner, we are actually answering this. Next, the ninth question. The ninth question, if you see, after the Cable Television Network Regulation Act 1995 and Cigarettes and Other Tobacco Products Act 2003, new advertisement used by the liquor and tobacco companies circumventing the ban, surrogate advertisements. Example, the Bacardi Blast Music CDs, the Bagpiper Club Soda, Officer Choice Playing Cards, Kamala Person Mouth Freshener, etc. Right. So if you see advertisements with regarding to these kind of things, they are banned, alcohol, cigarettes and all. So what they are trying to do is creatively they are trying to build new brands, or creatively they are trying to enter into other businesses so that they can market using these things like playing cards or soda or all these things. Here, in such conditions, there are some ethical issues involved. What are those? First is deceptive advertisement. Though they are not advertising directly, but there is this deceptive advertisement. They are deceiving the consumers. This is to keep the brand in the public mind and promote a product whose advertising is prohibited illegally. Okay, so generally if you see, even Kingfisher, they will not market their alcohol. They will market their soda. The soda what they are selling. So this is basically to keep things in the mind of the people. This is basically to ensure that people, when they go to the shop, they know that will have an impact. They will directly go and purchase their brand. Second is nudging consumer to buy harmful products. They are influencing the vulnerable minds through peer pressure and indulgence. Also, celebrities promoting harmful products give more preference to money rather than their responsibility towards society. Next, concealment of information by the brands influence public to change their behavior without telling them real motive. Example, P.S. Brosnan claimed that he endorsed company Ashoka & Co. cheated him by not disclosing harmful nature of Pan Bahar. And B, if you see, this surrogate advertising, it will circumvent the government law which is issued in the public interest. Just a second. So using these kind of things is illegal. Now what are the steps to combat surrogate advertisement? See, surrogate advertisement means advertising indirectly, you can say. First is framing clear laws, banning surrogate advertisement for different products under single brand name. Example, companies selling alcohol under any brand name should not be allowed to use the same brand name and tagline for other products and has to be penalized. Next, providing more power to the Advertising Standard Council of India so that they can take legal actions for misleading advertisements. Asking media to adhere to advertising codes. Next, requiring advertising agencies to have full knowledge of the products under the brand name for which they are promoting the ads. Next, also the consumer awareness programs have to be conducted. Example, youth-led campaigns by NGOs like Hriday, the health related information dissemination amongst youth, SHAN, Student Health Action Network, etc., which are appealing to the government for a comprehensive ban on surrogate advertisement. Because the real intention of the government is to drive people away from this. But because the surrogate advertisement, because of this, the brands are still, they are in the people. They are not going away from the people. So the government has to take cognizance of these kind of things, and they have to pass stricter laws, and they have to punish the people, and they have to fine the companies which are following these kind of practices. Okay. So these are the things. So if you have any questions, like these are the questions for today. If you have any questions, if you have any queries, do leave in the comments. So we will get back to you. In the next lecture, we will discuss the remaining questions. Okay. So that's it, guys, from my side. I'll see you again in the next lecture. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.